Ian St John wasn't quite the saint you thought he was. He was a match fixer, a traitor, and the king of controversies. But behind these allegations, was Ian really that bad? Let's open his book one last time and give this legend his due closure. Ian St John, a Scottish football star, coach and commentator, made a big impact on sports. He was born on June 7, 1938, and is best known for playing as a forward for Liverpool in the 1960s. Ian was signed by Bill Shankly in 1961, where he played a key role in Liverpool's rise from the second division to winning 2 league titles and an FA Cup, which was definitely remarkable. He even scored the winning goal in the 1965 FA Cup final and played 21 times for Scotland, scoring 9 goals for his country. But how did his achievement and victory-packed life start? Ian St John was one of 6 kids, and when he was just 6 years old, his dad, who worked in the steel industry, passed away. As a young lad, Ian was pretty good at boxing, but his mum didn't want him to pursue it, so he turned to football instead. He played for local youth teams and worked part-time at the Colville Steelworks. Ian started his pro career at Motherwell in 1957 after playing for a junior team called Douglas Water Thistle. Under the management of Bobby Ansell, he was part of a talented group of young players known as the Ansell Babes. Ian made a great debut and even scored a hat-trick against Hibernian in 1959, doing it in just 2 minutes and 30 seconds, which is one of the fastest hat-tricks in Scottish football history. By the time he left Motherwell in 1961, Ian had scored 105 goals in 144 games. Right at this time, when he was so new to the sport, Ian became part of the worst controversy a player could think of. He was humiliated, he was called names, and he definitely had to prove those allegations wrong. To tell the world that he wasn't a match fixer, imagine a young Ian in 1961, still playing for Motherwell. He is approached to throw a game against Rangers and offered a lot of money. It's a big deal, a tempting offer. But thankfully, his teammates and manager caught wind of it and put a stop to the scheme. As a young boy who needed money to live a life, he was going for it, but God saved his truest angel at the right time. In that time period, when he was playing under Bobby Ansell, Ian was counselled a lot. They taught him and guided him to do better and never fall for such traps, even if the offer was worth £1 million. Looking back, St John admitted he was a bit naive at the time, and this experience was a real eye-opener for him. He realised just how serious the consequences could have been and vowed to play the game with honesty and integrity from then on. From here onwards, the world was an open valley for him. Despite this early hiccup, St John went on to become a beloved figure at Liverpool. His partnership with Roger Hunt was legendary, and together they led the team to numerous victories. His passion for the game and his dedication to the team earned him the nickname the Saint of Anfield. On May 2, 1961, St John joined Liverpool for a record fee of $37,500. Bill Shankly saw him as the player who could help lift Liverpool out of the second division. St John made a memorable debut in a Merseyside derby against Everton, scoring all 3 of Liverpool's goals in a 4-3 loss. In his first season, he scored 18 goals and helped Liverpool win the second division title, earning promotion. St John was a big part of Liverpool's success in the early 1960s. He helped them win the league in 1963-64 and scored the winning goal in the 1965 FA Cup final, which was their first FA Cup win. They also won another league title in 1965-66 and reached their first European final, although they lost to Borussia Dortmund. As the 1960s went on, St John's performance started to decline as he got older. By the 1970-71 season, he was mainly playing for the reserves. He left Liverpool in August 1971 after playing 425 games and scoring 118 goals for the club. Speaking of his international career, Ian St John's football journey took him from South Africa to England, where he played for several notable clubs. After a brief spell with South African side Hellenic, St John returned to England, joining Coventry City before moving to Tranmere Rovers. At Tranmere, he was managed by his former Liverpool teammate Ron Yates, adding a special connection to his playing career. St John eventually retired from playing football in 1973, marking the end of an era for him on the field. Representing Scotland on the international stage was another highlight of St John's career. He earned 21 caps for his country, with his debut coming in a memorable 3-2 victory against West Germany in 1959. St John scored 9 goals for Scotland, including 2 crucial ones in a 1962 World Cup qualification playoff against Czechoslovakia. Despite his best efforts, Scotland fell short of qualifying for the finals. All in all, Ian St John's life was full of amazing moments. He did great things for his team and country, and he was also a successful football manager. People loved hearing him talk about football on TV and radio. Even though he faced a tough time with a match-fixing incident, he showed that doing the right thing is always important. His story reminds us that sticking to our values is really important no matter what. Having said that, please give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it so far, and also don't shy away from subscribing to our channel for more such nostalgic documentaries. Now, Ian St John was also loved for his football skills, his excitement for the game, and how much he cared about it. He'll always be remembered as a legend of Anfield, making a big impact on Liverpool and football in general. After he stopped playing, St John became a manager. He managed his favourite team, Motherwell, for a short time in 1973-74, and then he went to Portsmouth from 1974 to 1977. He also helped out as an assistant manager at Sheffield Wednesday and Coventry City. While he was at Motherwell, St John made some big decisions that showed how smart he was about football, like selling a player and giving a young player his first chance to play. When he finished at Sheffield Wednesday in 1979, St John started working as a football pundit. He and another ex-footballer, Jimmy Greaves, hosted a popular TV show called Saint and Greavesy from 1985 to 1992, which fans really loved. St John also started football camps to help young players get better at the game. But everything isn't perfect for anyone, right? In June 2014, Ian St John bravely shared that he was battling bladder cancer. Despite this tough challenge, he faced it with the same courage he showed on the football field. St John had surgery to remove his bladder and prostate gland, showing incredible strength. Even during his health struggles, St John was an inspiration. His positive attitude and bravery inspired many, showing a resilience that went beyond football. Despite his difficulties, he stayed hopeful and determined, becoming a symbol of hope for others in similar fights. Sadly, on March 1, 2021, Ian St John passed away at Arrow Park Hospital. He leaves behind a legacy that deeply impacts the football community. Fans and players alike remember his contributions to the sport, both on and off the field. St John's influence reached far beyond football, touching many lives and leaving a lasting mark on the world. Ian St John's legacy reminds us of the power of perseverance, positivity, and passion. Those who knew and admired him keep his memory alive, a shining example of a life lived with purpose and dedication. So, what do you think about him? I know the allegations were a little too outrageous, but what matters at the end of the day is that he is remembered as a legend, a true football legend.